ഹലോ ഫ്രണ്ട്സ്, ഫാർമസിസ്റ്റ് ഗ്രേഡ് 2 എന്ന യൂട്യൂബ് ചാനലിൻ്റെ 11th എപ്പിസോഡിലേക്ക് ഏവർക്കും സ്വാഗതം. ഇന്ന് നമുക്ക് ആൻറ്റിബയോട്ടിക്സിനെ കുറിച്ച് നോക്കാം. ആൻറ്റിബയോട്ടിക്സ് ആർ ദി മെഡിസിൻസ് ദാറ്റ് ഹെൽപ്പ് ടു സ്റ്റോപ്പ് ദി ഇൻഫെക്ഷൻ കോസ്ഡ് ബൈ ബാക്ടീരിയ. They do this by killing the bacteria or by keeping them from copying themselves or reproducing. The word antibiotics means against life. Any drugs that kills germs in your body is technically an antibiotic. Categories of antibiotics. Antibiotics can be categorized by their spectrum of activity. They are narrow spectrum antibiotic, broad spectrum antibiotic, and extended spectrum antibiotic. First one is narrow spectrum antibiotic. The narrow spectrum antibiotics is an agent that is only able to kill or inhibit limited species of bacteria. Examples include vancomycin and macrolide antibiotics. The second category include broad spectrum antibiotics. These are antibiotics that act on the two major bacterial groups like gram-positive and gram-negative, or any antibiotics that act against a wide range of disease-causing bacteria. The drugs include aminoglycoside except streptomycin, ampicillin, amoxicillin with clavulanic acid, azithromycin, carbapenems, piperacillin with tazobactam, quinolones like ciprofloxacin, tetracycline class of drugs. The next category include extended spectrum antibiotics. The extended spectrum penicillins are a group of antibiotics that have a widest antibacterial spectrum of activity. Some sources identify them with anti-pseudomonal penicillins, others consider these types to be distinct. Carbapenicillin, methicillin, piperacillin, and ticagrelin are a group of semi-synthetic penicillin antibiotic. Because of their chemical structure, they have a wide spectrum of activity than natural penicillins. In conclusion, broad-spectrum antibiotic can kill or inhibit a wide range of microorganisms. But extended spectrum antibiotic can kill or inhibit gram-positive bacteria and some gram-negative bacteria. In case of narrow spectrum antibiotic, it can only kill or inhibit limited species of bacteria. Each type of antibiotics only works against certain type of bacteria or parasites. This is why different antibiotics are used to treat different type of infection. The main type of antibiotics include penicillins, cephalosporins, tetracycline, aminoglycosides, macrolides, sulfonamides, trimethoprim, quinolones, etc. The 5 basic mechanisms of antibiotic action against bacteria are given below. First one is inhibition of cell wall synthesis. This is the most common mechanism of antibiotic. The second mechanism is inhibition of protein synthesis. Next is DNA synthesis inhibitors. The fourth division is RNA synthesis inhibitors, then macrolic acid synthesis inhibitors and folic acid synthesis inhibitors. The drugs like penicillins, cephalosporin, vancomycin, beta-lactamase inhibitors, carbapenems, aztreonam, polymycin and bacitracin are the antibiotics which act by inhibit cell wall synthesis. The drugs like aminoglycoside, tetracycline, macrolide, chloramphenicol, clindamycin, linezolid and streptogramin. These are antibiotics which act by inhibit protein synthesis. Antibiotics like fluoroquinolones and metronidazole act by inhibit DNA synthesis. The drugs like isoniazid which act by inhibit macrolic acid synthesis. The folic acid synthesis inhibitors include sulfonamides and trimethoprim. First division of this category is cell wall synthesis inhibitors. This is done by competitive inhibition of transpeptidase enzymes. The drugs is penicillins, which is bactericidal. The penicillins are a class of beta-lactam antibiotics. Penicillins was the world's first antibiotics, which was produced from the mold Penicillium notatum by Alexander Fleming in 1928. Which include penicillin G and penicillin V. These are natural penicillin. Penicillin G is also known as benzyl penicillin and penicillin V is phenoxymethyl penicillin. The others are aqueous penicillin G, procaine penicillin G, benzathine penicillin G. The penicillin G or benzyl penicillin is administered by injection because it is destroyed by gastric juice. It is used mainly for the treatment of streptococcal infection and rheumatic fever. The penicillin V or phenoxymethylpenicillin is a derivative of penicillin G, and because of similarities in spectrum of activity, it is considered as natural penicillin. It is mainly used for the treatment of respiratory tract infection in children. The side effects include hypersensitivity reaction and hemolytic anemia. The second drug is aminopenicillins, which include ampicillin and amoxicillin. These are indicated for the treatment of upper respiratory tract infection, lower respiratory tract infection, bacterial gastroenteritis, bacterial endocarditis, meningitis, and urinary tract infection. The side effects include hypersensitivity reaction and hemolytic anemia. According to the mechanism of action, the third category include penicillinase-resistant penicillin. The drugs are methicillin, nefcillin, oxacillin, cloxacillin, and dicloxacillin. Penicillinase-resistant penicillins are the antibiotics which are not inactivated by the penicillinase enzyme. The side effects include hypersensitivity reaction, hemolytic anemia, interstitial nephritis. In the fourth category, anti-pseudomonal penicillins. The drugs included are carbapenicillin, ticarcillin, piperacillin. These are antimicrobial agents which are used to treat pseudomonal infection. They have the activity of penicillins and aminopenicillins, and the additional activity against Pseudomonas, Enterococcus, and Klebsiella. Side effects include hypersensitivity reaction, hemolytic anemia, and interstitial nephritis. After penicillin, the second drug is cephalosporin, which also acts by inhibit bacterial cell wall synthesis. The first generation cephalosporin include cefazolin, cefalexin, cefalothin, and cefadroxil. These are very effective against gram-positive bacteria, but they are only somewhat effective against gram-negative bacteria. These are used to treat skin and soft tissue infections. The side effects include diarrhea, nausea, and vomiting, dyspepsia, gastritis, and abdominal pain. The second generation cephalosporin include cefoxitin, cefaclor, cefuroxime, and cefproxil. Second generation cephalosporin used to treat a wide varieties of infection in the body. These are used in the treatment of various bacterial infections such as pharyngitis, tonsillitis, otitis media, and uncomplicated skin infection. The side effects include abdominal pain, diarrhea, nausea, rash, vomiting. The third generation cephalosporin include ceftriaxone, cefotaxime, cefixime, cepodoxime, cefdinir, ceftazidime. These are broad-spectrum antimicrobial agents useful in a varieties of clinical situations. Cefotaxime and ceftriaxone have the best gram-positive coverage of the third generation agent. Side effects include abdominal pain, diarrhea, injection site inflammation, itchy skin, nausea, rash, and vomiting. The fourth generation cephalosporins. Cefepime is the only fourth generation cephalosporin. While effective against a variety of gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria, it is usually reserved for more severe infections. Side effect: stomach discomfort, nausea or vomiting, diarrhea, blood abnormalities, and rashes. Fifth generation cephalosporin includes ceftaroline. This cephalosporin can be used to treat bacteria including resistant Staphylococcal aureus and streptococcal species that are resistant to penicillin antibiotics. Side effects include abdominal pain, diarrhea, dyspepsia, headache, gastritis, nausea, and vomiting. The other cell wall inhibitors include vancomycin. It is a glycopeptide antibiotic. Vancomycin is an antibiotic used to treat a number of bacterial infections. It is recommended intravenously as a treatment of complicated skin infection, bloodstream infection, endocarditis, bone and joint infection, and meningitis caused by methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus. Side effects include Treadman syndrome, nephrotoxicity, and ototoxicity. The next drug is beta-lactamase inhibitors. Beta-lactamases are the family of enzymes involved in bacterial resistance to beta-lactam antibiotics. Although beta-lactamase inhibitors have little antibiotic activity of their own, they prevent bacterial degradation of beta-lactam antibiotics and thus extend the range of bacteria the drug are effective against. The drugs are clavulanic acid, sulbactam, tazobactam. The side effects include hemolytic anemia and hypersensitivity reaction. The next drug is carbapenem. Carbapenems are the class of highly effective antibiotics agent commonly used for the treatment of severe or high-risk bacterial infection. This class of antibiotics is usually reserved for known or susceptible multi-drug resistant bacterial infection. The drugs are meropenem, impenem, ertapenem. The most common adverse effects are injection site reaction, diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, skin rashes, and pruritus. Aztreonam is the next drug. This is the antibiotic used primarily to treat infection caused by gram-negative bacteria such as Pseudomonas aeruginosa. This may include bone infection, endometritis, intra-abdominal infection, pneumonia, urinary tract infection, and sepsis. More than 10% of inhalation of this drug may cause cough, sore throat, and wheezing. 1 to 10% inhalation may cause chest discomfort, abdominal pain, vomiting. Inhalation also may cause facial edema, joint swelling, tightness in the chest and throat, bronchospasm. Injection may cause abnormal taste, anaphylaxis, and anemia. The next drug is polymyxin. Polymyxins are the antibiotics. Polymyxin B and polymyxin E are included in this group. Polymyxin E is also known as colistin. These are used in the treatment of gram-negative bacterial infections. They work mostly by breaking up the bacterial cell membrane. They are part of a broader class of molecules called non-ribosomal peptides. Side effects include pain, redness, and swelling at the injection site, temporary eye stinging, burning, redness, itchiness, and temporary blurred vision if it is used as an eye drop. The next drug is bacitracin. Bacitracin is a mixture of related cyclic peptides produced by organisms of the Licheniformis group of Bacillus subtilis vatraceae, first isolated in 1945. These peptides disrupt gram-positive bacteria by interfering with the cell wall and peptidoglycan synthesis. Bacitracin is primarily used as a topical preparation. Side effects include itching, rashes, hives, difficulty of breathing or swallowing. The next mechanism by which an antibiotic acts against bacteria is protein synthesis inhibition. The first drug of this category is aminoglycoside antibiotics. This is a bactericidal drug. The drugs are amikacin, gentamicin, kanamycin, neomycin, tobramycin, and streptomycin. Once inside bacterial cells, aminoglycoside exert their effect by binding to ribosomes, organelles that are fundamental to protein synthesis. As a result, protein synthesis is inhibited and the bacterial cell dies. Aminoglycosides are used in the treatment of severe infections of the abdomen and the urinary tract, as well as bacteremia and endocarditis. They are also used for prophylaxis, especially against endocarditis. The side effects include nephrotoxicity and ototoxicity. The next drug is tetracycline. It is also bacteriostatic. The drugs are tetracycline, doxycycline, monocycline, and democlocycline. Tetracycline is an antibiotic used to treat a number of infections. These include acne, cholera, brucellosis, plague, malaria, and syphilis. It is taken by mouth. Common side effects include vomiting, diarrhea, rashes, and loss of appetite. The next category of drug included in this group, macrolide antibiotics. This is a bacteriostatic agent. A class of antibiotics that include clarithromycin, azithromycin, fidaxomicin, erythromycin. The macrolide inhibit the growth of bacteria and are often prescribed to treat rather common bacterial infection. The side effects include nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, and diarrhea. The next drug of this group is chloramphenicol. It is also bacteriostatic. Chloramphenicol is an antibiotic useful for the treatment of a number of bacterial infections. These include use as an eye ointment to treat conjunctivitis. By mouth or by injection into the vein, it is used to treat meningitis, plague, cholera, and typhoid. The side effects include aplastic anemia, bone marrow suppression, diarrhea, inflammation of the small intestine and the colon, This is called enterocolitis, accumulation of the chloramphenicol, especially in newborn. This condition is called a grey baby syndrome. Headache, nausea, and nightmares. The next drug is lincosamide. Lincosamide are a class of antibiotics which include lincomycin, clindamycin, and pearlimycin. The side effect includes pseudomembranous colitis and hypersensitivity reaction. The next drug is linezolid, and this is used to treat infection including pneumonia and infection of the skin. Linezolid is a class of antibacterial called oxazolidinones. It works by stopping the growth of bacteria. The antibiotics such as linezolid will not work for colds, flu, and other viral infection. The next drug is streptogramins. Streptogramins is a group of cyclic peptide antibiotics that inhibit the synthesis of bacterial proteins like macrolide and lincosamide antibiotics. They are derivatives of naturally occurring pristinamycin. The later developed derivatives quinaprisin and dalfoprisin are used in the fixed combination. These are effective with the treatment of vancomycin resistant Staphylococcal aureus and vancomycin resistant Enterococcus, two of the most rapidly growing strains of the multidrug resistant bacteria. The third mechanism by which the antibiotic acts against microorganisms is the inhibition of bacterial DNA synthesis. First drug of this group is fluoroquinolones. These are bactericidal agents. Fluoroquinolones are the antibiotics that are commonly used to treat a variety of illness such as respiratory and urinary tract infection. The serious side effects include tendonitis, tendon rupture, arthralgia, pain in extremities, gait disturbance, neuropathies associated with paresthesia, depression, fatigue, memory impairment, sleep disorders, and impaired hearing, vision, taste, and smell. The first generation fluoroquinolones include cianoxacin and nalgesic acid, which are the oldest and least often used quinolones. Because minimal serum level are achieved, use of these drugs has been restricted to the treatment of uncomplicated urinary tract infection. Second generation fluoroquinolones. Example: enoxacin, ofloxacin, ciprofloxacin, and norfloxacin. These agents have broader clinical application in the treatment of complicated urinary tract infections and pyelonephritis, sexually transmitted disease, selected pneumonias, and skin infections. The third generation fluoroquinolones. The drugs are gartifloxacin, sparfloxacin, and levofloxacin. Because of their expanded antimicrobial spectrum, third generation quinolones are useful in the treatment of community acquired pneumonia, acute sinusitis, and acute exacerbations of chronic bronchitis. The fourth generation fluoroquinolones, which include moxifloxacin and gemifloxacin. These inhibitors are metronidazole. It is used in the treatment of conditions such as bacterial vaginosis and pelvic inflammatory diseases. And it is also used in the treatment of infected insect bite, skin ulcers, bed sores, and wounds, and used to treat and prevent bacterial and parasitic infection. The side effects include dizziness, headache, stomach upset, nausea, vomiting, loss of appetite, diarrhea, constipation, and metallic taste.